Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the Gospel Card Connection. I'm just going to walk you through just the small groups this year. They're much like they were last year, so that's a good thing. We have 3 cards this year instead of 4, and then on the back of each card, I'll show you each card. So you have the front of the card, then you have the back of the card. I know, sorry, it's a little glinty, but it's laminated. But on the back, there's a teaching guide. This is card number 2 that talks about sin and the cross, and then this is card number 3 that talks about um, responding to Jesus. So that's what the gospel cards are going to cover. They're going to cover creation and really the identity of Jesus being the creator and ruler of everything, the fall of man and sin and how that brought God's judgment on us. But then right with that is the mission of redemption, that Jesus came to save us. He came to die for us on the cross as a substitute for ourselves. He died for our sins. And then the third day is going to be the response to that. Now, paralleling the Gospel Card Connection is going to be the Bible Lesson Theater. Bible Lesson Theater happens before the small group time. So the Bible Lesson Theater this year is going to be, we're going to be interviewing the Apostle Thomas, much like we did last year with Peter. We're going to talk about Jesus walking on the water and calming the storm. Day 2 is going to be Jesus's betrayal, the betrayal of Jesus by Judas, and how Judas was really a double agent or a mole who betrayed Jesus to his enemies, and Jesus' mission was still accomplished even though Judas betrayed him, because Jesus' mission was to die on the cross for our sins. The third day is going to be Thomas's unbelief about the resurrection, and so it's going to be paralleling. The gospel cards are going to be paralleling what's happening in the Bible Lesson Theater. So even in some of these cards, as you're walking through them, you'll notice the cards referencing what Thomas may have said. If it doesn't, you should be listening during Bible Lesson Theater so that you can pull what Thomas and the other teacher are saying into the Gospel Card Connection, because we really just kind of want to layer the teaching going on. So let me explain gospel cards. Okay, so the gospel cards this year are going to involve an image and a Bible verse. The kids are going to be learning one Bible verse all together each day. So that's different from last year. Instead of lots of Bible verses, there's just one that they all learn together. So you will take the gospel card here and you will say Colossians 1:16 with the kids. Now there's hand motions to this, and I'm going to create another video showing you the hand motions for each verse, but they're pretty easy. Once you get done teaching the verse and the hand motions and making sure they kind of got it, you say, now I'm going to explain what this card means. And so you say the verse, for by Jesus all things were created in heaven and in earth. Boys and girls, the Bible tells us that God is the loving ruler and creator of everything. Genesis 1:1 says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The picture of the world here represents all that God created. He made everything around us, the animals, the fish, the bird, plants, trees, flowers, sun, moon, and stars. When God created the earth, He made it a good and perfect world for us to live in. Hey, I got a question for you. What is your favorite animal that God created? So I just walked through the top half of this already, and so let me explain the back. So the green here is probably is the main point you want to get across. Orange are verses that you need to quote to them. There's small little boxes that kind of come out from small little black and white boxes here. Sometimes they'll reference a picture or something on the picture. Other times they'll just kind of be explaining the verse or what was being said. So then purple is a question that you ask them. So that's basically it, and you need to familiarize yourselves with these cards. Don't let the time that you go through it with the kids be the first time you've ever gone through it at all. What I would do is I'd encourage you to um, look at the email and the PDFs that I've sent you of the gospel cards, and to really practice out loud and to practice saying these things so you can hear yourself. And then, of course, you can personalize it to a degree, although we really want you to try and say it the way we've said it, just so there's no confusion. And the goal of the gospel cards is to get the kids to the gospel. And really, at the third day that we're doing the responses, them responding to Jesus, turning from their rebellion and disobedience and turning to Jesus and relying and depending on Him to save them. That's the gospel cards, and hope that you will take a look at them and practice them.